Welcome to the Say It Out Loud podcast. I'm your host, Vasavi Kumar. If you're eager to gain clarity, speak with unwavering confidence, and liberate those inner voices, you're in the perfect spot. My mission here is to empower you to break free, find fulfillment, and ignite your passion. You ready? It's time to say it out loud. I've put together a guide of my top 10 tested and proven to work practical strategies and habits to help bright women like you say no, set your boundaries right, live confidently, and build healthy relationships, starting with the relationship you have with yourself. This is a self-paced guide, and I can't wait for you to dig into it so you can start becoming your most confident self, because she's in there waiting for you. Head to the link in my show notes or go to vasavikumar.com/guide and grab it today. Hello, everyone. Welcome back to another episode of the Say It Out Loud podcast. I'm just going to say it out loud. I am so done and not celebrating my accomplishments. I am so over you playing humble and playing small. I am so over people who call you boastful and arrogant if you share your gifts with the world. I am over having to minimize my amazingness so as to make other people feel good about themselves. And you know what? I am here for all the bragging. I am here for all the celebration. I am here for all the boasting. And I want you to walk into this world, walk throughout your day, knowing that your gifts and what you have to share and that essence of who you are very much needs a way to express itself. And I want to start off by saying that you are not arrogant and you are not boastful by sharing your accomplishments and by sharing the good stuff that you got going on in our life. We've normalized being negative, cynical, and just complaining, whiny people. And that's not how I want to live my life. This is what the news is. This is what media is. It's just everything that is wrong all the time. And it's like, you know what? If it's weird that I'm happy, then maybe I need new friends. Right. And I'm very lucky. I don't have people in my life that, at least not to my face, will say to me like, oh, you're being arrogant. I have everyone in my life celebrates me. I'm very, very, very blessed to be surrounded by my friends. I'm thinking of Nita, Angela, Odessa, Amanda, Taylor, Shada. I have so many friends that I'm just thinking of people that have recently texted me. My friend Rochelle, April, Allison. I have all these friends in my life that are so celebratory of the things that are going on in my life. And so this is how I want to start this episode. Is I want to first share all the cool shit going on in my life. And then I want to invite you in a little experiment for you to be able to do that as well. So I'm going to rattle these off because I just wrote down all the shit that I got going on in my life. And I'm like, holy shit. I'm not even more impressed by the stuff that I got going on. It's the person that I had to become to attract those things into my life. And who I needed to be and how I needed to speak to myself in order for those things to come into my life. So in no particular order, I was on the cover of a magazine, Austin Woman magazine. That just came out May 1st. I'll put the link. All the links for this are going to be in the show notes. Really amazing 10-page spread interview on me inside the Austin Woman magazine. Shout out to Sai, who interviewed me and wrote the article. It's beautiful. I have my 40th birthday coming up, May 18th. I'm doing a group spin class where my friend Nita is putting together a boat party for me. That's going to be a lot of fun. My Say It Out Loud group. I have a 12-week group called the Say It Out Loud group, which has 15 women in it. And it's not even week 3. And these women are just blooming and growing and becoming more vocal. And it's amazing. And I'm so proud of them. The next round starts August 5th. I'll put the link for that in the show notes. And by the way, the marketing of this program, for those of you who market your business, your products, your services, you're launching stuff. This was the easiest program ever for me to fill. I mean, as far as what I had to do, I put up a few videos on my feed, a few reels. I talked in my stories. I responded to some DMs, and we had 15 people join, and it's really beautiful. And we're still very much in the beginning of this program. We're on week 3. We'll be finished in early July. Oh, I'm also a keynote speaker, May 12th, in accordance to the cover magazine that I'm on. Austin Woman magazine has their Women's Business Awards. That's May 12th, so I'm going to be the keynote speaker for that. My book is coming out next year, and spring of 2023. Oh my God, that's around the corner, and my manuscript is due June 1st, but we're moving along, feeling really good about the book. It's obviously still in the first round of edits, not even. I'm submitting my manuscript for the first time June 1st, so wish me luck on that. I've decided to spend this next month like I've done smoking weed, no cannabis, no nothing for me, because I really just want to go into this next month completely clear-headed. So that feels really good, just making that conscious choice to like not smoke, not consume cannabis, anything right now. I want to feel, I don't want to have anything in my body. I just want a very clear mind and body as I enter into this, as I continue writing this manuscript. The last thing, no, there's two last things. My acting and voiceover work is awesome. I just finished an animation and gaming workshop, and I'm going to be recording an audiobook of like it's an Indian children's book, so I get to play around with Indian accents. That's a lot of fun. I'm almost done with my film acting class. We're filming scenes, doing really good there. Feeling really proud of who I'm, like the kind of actor that I'm becoming. That's really awesome. And lastly, what I want to share is, oh my God, the amount of introspection, reflection, and work that I'm doing on my self-worth as it relates to money and love is like mind-blowing. I'm literally blowing my own mind with the kind of work that I'm doing on my self-worth, the boundaries that I'm pushing within myself, the edges that I'm willing to explore, the error in my thought patterns that have kept me at a certain money level in my business, and like the kind of work that I'm doing internally is just like, I'm so excited to share it, but I'm first and foremost just very proud of myself for going to that place inside of me that I have not really addressed, which is my own self-worth when it comes to money and love. So I just spent the past 6 minutes boasting to you guys, and I call it boasting, and I have no problem with saying the word boasting, but I just shared so much good stuff going on with you guys. How did that feel for you? How did that feel hearing that? All the good stuff. I got my cover story, my 40th magazine, my 40th birthday, my group program that got 15 people, my keynote, my book, my acting, I got a lot of good shit. How'd that make you feel? I want you to pay attention to how it makes you feel when you're around people who are up to doing some really good shit. If it excites you, if it inspires you, and you're like, oh man, I want to be like doing stuff like that. Good. You need to be around people. You need to have close proximity to people who are doing the kind of things that you want to be doing. You need to be around people who are exhibiting that kind of energy that you just really feed off of, like that creative, like, man, I'm excited about life energy. You got to stop hanging out with people who are going to like suck your soul dry. Limit your time is all I'm saying. I'm not saying you don't have to cut people off for the rest of your life. I'm just saying that it's important who you surround yourself with. How does it make you feel to be around, to hear this, to hear all my celebrations? Because if it's triggering you, if you're getting jealous, if you're getting envious, listen, that's a very real emotion. Do I get jealous and envious? Absolutely. But this is Say It Out Loud podcast, and we're talking about what's very real. The fact is, I may trigger a lot of you. You may feel threatened. You may feel like, oh my God, I could never be like that. Or you may feel like, oh my God, I want that. Whatever it is, just know that your triggers are your teachers. So if you're feeling jealous, if you're feeling envious, great. What inside of you needs to be explored? What did I say that triggered something inside of you? Maybe you need to explore that. Maybe it's time for you to start becoming more creative and really offering those creative channels and opening up different creative channels in your life. If you're feeling inspired, awesome. Take the next step. Sign up for the class. Reach out to me. Join my program. Go do the thing you've been wanting to do. What's the thing that you need to be doing? Our triggers are our teachers. Our triggers are our teachers. And if you noticed getting jealous, envious, and almost slightly irritated with me boasting and celebrating, then I would really look at yourself and ask yourself, where do I not allow myself to boast? Where do I hold back? Who told me that it's wrong for me to celebrate? Maybe I need to start celebrating more, right? These are just things to look at. And I always want to be an example of someone who is saying it out loud. It's not just about saying out loud all the shit that is going wrong in your life and all the shadows and all the shit that's making you feel insecure, that's great. We want to say out loud the things that we're most ashamed of because the shame shrivels when you say it out loud. However, we also need to start celebrating our gifts, saying out loud our gifts, what we're good at. Stop acting like we're not good at shit. I am not going to act like that I'm not good at what I do, that I'm not an amazing person, that I am a world-class coach, mentor, I'm an amazing friend. And I just think it's time that we stop acting like we're not the shit. We're not the shit. You got to find what makes you feel really good about yourself and lean into that. If you're curious about trying something, lean into that. I've gone from being a plant-based chef to a yoga teacher to a TV host, therapist. Oh my God. I mean, podcaster, this, that, like, I just so many ways to explore. I had to find out who I am by finding out who I wasn't. Okay, so that's the approach that I took. I tried different things to see, is this closer to how I feel? Is this closer to the truth of who I am? And when, I take everything as an opportunity to continue building who I am, you get to build who you are. And this is a pretty short episode because I want to throw this back over to you. I just spent the first majority of this episode sharing all the good things that I got going on in my life. And now I want to ask you, what do you want to boast about? What do you want to celebrate about? If it's hard for you to even find one thing, we got a problem. That's a fucking problem. If you can't find one thing that you want to celebrate about yourself, then I need you to get your butt inside the Say It Out Loud program. We start August 5th. The link is in the description, show notes of this. You got to find at least one thing that you love about yourself. Great. If you have one thing that you love about yourself, great. We need more. We need more of you loving more of who you are and saying that out loud, because most of us think that we need to do more in order to make more money, in order to get more love. We need to do more. And I'm here to tell you, you don't need to do more. You just need to be more of yourself. You need to start owning the things about yourself that you have kept hidden and that you are ashamed of. The very thing about you that you're ashamed of and you're insecure about is the thing that you need to be addressing. You need to be addressing that. You need to be looking at that. You need to be giving that part of you a voice. You need to be saying it out loud. You need to shrivel the shame so that you can fully shine. I just came up with that in that moment. Like I said, this is a tiny episode. This is an episode where I wanted to keep you up to date, like fast track to right now, May 3rd, all the cool things going on in my life. I will be the first to admit that I can really go heavy with like all the things that are going wrong in my life. And I just decided I don't want to do that anymore. I want to share all the good stuff in my life. I've always led with all the heaviness, and I don't want to lead with that anymore because I'm going to be honest, my life is really fucking good right now. And the heaviness that I may have here and there, which is really not a lot to be honest, is like, I want to share the good stuff. I want to share the good stuff because my pattern in my life has been that I share the heavy parts because that's the only way I knew to get people's attention, is to share the stuff that's not working, right? That's how I earned my love as a kid. The way I earned my love as a kid was by sharing, was by sharing like all the things that weren't working in my life, getting that negative attention. Negative attention was better than no attention. And I'm done doing that. I don't need to earn anyone's love by sharing stuff that's not working or heavy in my life to get your attention. I realize I want to be loved and widely celebrated for all of me, but I realized that I wasn't sharing all of me. I don't share all the good stuff because I was afraid that I was going to come off as being boastful. And that is why I wanted this solo episode to be about being boastful. Being boastful, being proud of who you are, sharing your accomplishments. And you know what? If this question has come up, being boastful does not mean that you are not humble. Like, I don't go around thinking I'm the shit, I'm better than you. Not at all. I've had to work very hard actually to overcome this belief that I am less than most people. A huge level of lack of self-worth. So like, no. So if you're worried about that, like, ooh, if I'm boasty, am I gonna be arrogant? It's like, no, you can't, because you were never arrogant to begin with. So like, no, you're not gonna all of a sudden become arrogant. Like, trust yourself a little bit. You're not a dick. You know what I mean? You're gonna become this person who's an arrogant person who just stops caring about people. Like, whose voice is that? That's not even yours. You know what I mean? So I want to give myself a chance to just free flow in this episode. And I wanted to use this as an opportunity to inspire inside of you, the part of you that's been hiding, the part of you that's been sitting and jealous and envious of other people. And I want you to start admiring and respecting who you are. You don't need to be jealous and envious of other people. If you do experience jealousy and envy, which is very real, I experience it as well, is to ask yourself, what am I not owning within myself? Where do I need to start celebrating myself more? What is it that I know I can be doing that I'm not doing? And instead of getting mad at somebody else for doing it and getting jealous of somebody else doing it, what do I need to be doing to handle it, to handle my life and to allow myself to live out loud, to say it out loud, to be the person that I know that I want to be in this lifetime and continue that progress and that process. Okay, so my mini experiment to you is to boast about something, is to share something amazing that's going on in your life. It could be big moments. It could be small moments. Maybe you just made the best omelet ever and you're like, oh my God, this is a piece of work. I'm going to take a photo of this. I'm going to share this on my Instagram. I'm going to tag Vasavi and say, look, Vas, look, Boasty, hashtag Boasty. Look at this omelet that I made. I would love to know your accomplishments. I would love to know what you're boastful about. I would love to know what you're celebrating. So find me on Instagram at my name is Vasavi. I don't care how big or how small, they all matter. Take a photo or shoot a video, tag me and say, Vasavi recorded this episode and I realized that I need to start celebrating myself more. And so tag me with something that you want to celebrate. It's an omelet. Maybe you got a new outfit. Maybe you just signed a new client. Maybe you look really good. Maybe you just knocked a podcast interview out of the park. You feel great. Maybe you just started a podcast. Maybe you started writing again. Maybe you stood up for yourself. Whatever it is, I'm proud of you. I'm proud of you and I don't even know you yet. I just wanted to say that, okay? I love you very much. I'll be back soon with another mini episode. And until next time, say it out loud. If you love today's episode, then say it out loud. Subscribe, leave a review, and come say hi over on Instagram at my name is Vasavi. Until next time, say it out loud.